So you know you can do this real estate thing, right? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty. And today I am here to give y'all a come to Jesus, get out of your own way. You can do this talk that you know you need to hear. But before I get into it, y'all, if you could do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that every time that I post a video, which is every week by the way, you will know all about it. So y'all, um, like many of you, real estate was a second career for me. And I was trained as an elementary school teacher. This is what I knew I would do when I was a little girl, went to college, went to graduate school, and had a lot of great years in classroom. But then I had this inkling, like, I think that I want to be a realtor. And while I know that it was the great career for me, there was so much negative self-talk in my head when I first got into the business. And now that I've been here for a while and I have been able to help so many people and real estate agents grow their business, I wish I could go back and talk to my very confused self when I first started here, because I thought that I didn't belong. And I know that a lot of y'all feel this way too. Real estate looks real fun. It looks real glamorous on the Instagram. But when you are, in the thick of cold calling, when your mom and them list their house with somebody else, when it seems like you're doing all the things, a lot of times we convince ourselves that we're just not good enough. And when we convince ourselves of that, we often lose momentum and we start, polishing off our resume. And I'm just here to tell you, look, it is not an easy business, but it's not an impossible business either. And a lot of times, the thing that stands in our way of becoming successful at anything, including real estate, is what happens in between our brains. And I just want to remind you, maybe I'm the first one who told you that you can do this, right? And it may not look like the way Rosemary the Realtor does it. It may not look like, the girl who's killing it in your hometown does it. But you can make this business yours and you can absolutely be successful. But you're going to have to follow a few steps. A couple steps you're going to have to follow. You got to work on your mindset. You have to do something every single day to help pump you up, because sales, this is a sales profession. And I started to say a sales job, but I want us to shift from thinking like an employee to thinking like a CEO. And when you are in sales, a lot of times we have to be okay with hearing no. And just because someone isn't ready to take advantage of the service that we want to offer, that does not mean that you are a failure. That just means that you have to prepare your mindset to know, yes, I'm going to hear some no's, but there are yeses out there and I have to keep going. So you have to work on your mind, read the books, do the audio books, listen to the podcast, do the things that are going to remind you of who you are instead of just thinking about who you are not. So work on that mindset. Next thing you got to do, y'all, is you actually got to do some work. Oftentimes, I speak with real estate agents who are convinced that their business is going to be a bust, so they don't do the things that will grow the business. So they're not making the phone calls because they think that no one's going to pick up the phone. They're not doing the open houses because they choosing Netflix and chilling over, stacking the coins. Some agents have already decided that, I'm only going to do this number of transactions per year, so I'm not going to invest in myself and invest in increasing my knowledge. So in order to get out here and go get it, you have to do the work, and you have to do the work on a continual basis. So gone are the days that we're being lazy, okay? We have to get out here, we have to be consistent, and we have to show up for our business. So mindset and doing the work. And here is the big one. You just got to keep going. You just have to keep going. There are going to be, when I started out, there was one day, y'all, I woke up and my bank account was negative 4 digits, okay? My feelings were hurt. I felt defeated, but I had to keep going. And most people who are successful, the ones that you really watch, they share their failures. A lot of times with those failures, when we allow ourselves to fail forward, to say, you know what, yep, this didn't work, but I'm not dusting off my resume, I'm dusting off my shoes and I'm door knocking. Yes, this person, didn't need my services this time, but I know there's somebody else, so I'm gonna pick up the phone and keep dialing. When you keep going and you keep showing consistency, you will see results. It is a biblical principle. It is a law of attraction. Whatever you believe in, it is known that you reap what you sow. So once you keep going and keep investing into a thing, you will see fruit from those seeds. So you can do this. I know you can do it because I did it. And I was the least likely of people to be able to do it. So if I was able to do it just by applying some small habits, I know that you can do it too. So dust yourself off. You're not quitting real estate this year. You're going to keep going. I'm rooting for you. So if you made it to the end of this video, you got to do two things. The first is, y'all, if you are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe so that we can stay connected. And if you do not have a copy of my top 10 habits for insanely successful real estate agents, you need to download that right now. rosemarylewis.com/freebie, or the link is in the description box. Talk to you soon.